Hello everyone. Today, we'll learn special rounding intervals. We have learned that the rounding interval refers to the maximum value unit of the rounding value. Once the rounding value of the rounding interval is determined, the rounding value is an integral multiple of this value. For example, if the rounding interval is 0.1, the rounding value is an integral multiple of the rounding interval 0.1. When n equals 0, the mantissa of the rounding value is 0.0. When n equals 1, the mantissa of the rounding value is 0.1. When n equals 2, the mantissa of the rounding value is 0.2, and so on. Rounding methods with rounding intervals of 0.1, 1, 10, and 100 are common. Now, let's learn about the special rounding interval of 0.5 units. Let's look at the rounding interval of 0.5 units first. What should be the mantissa of the rounding value? According to the integral multiple of 0.5, 0.5 multiplied by 1 equals 0.5, and 0.5 multiplied by 2 equals 1.0. The mantissa of the rounding value is either 0.0 or 0.5. So, what is the rounding method? It's a three-step process. The first step is to multiply the numbers to be rounded by 2. The second step is to round 2 times according to the specified rounding interval. And the third step is to divide the obtained rounding value by 2. As shown in the figure, we round off the data in the table according to the rounding interval of 0.5. Then, taking 60.25 as an example, first, 60.25 times 2 equals 120.50. Second, round 120.50 to units digit, that is 120. Some students might doubt that why it is rounded to the units digit. Because 0.5 is the 1/2 unit of units digit 1. Third, 120 divided by 2 equals 60.0. The latter values shall be rounded off, and so on. Let's take a look at an engineering application. According to the standard, when the steel bar strength is between 200 and 1000 megapascals, the calculation result shall be rounded to 5 megapascals. So, how to conduct rounding off? The rounding interval can be regarded as 0.5 times 10. Then, we also use the rounding interval of 0.5 to round off. Only the second step is different. The second step is to round off the digit to tens digit. Other steps are the same. Let's take 514.25 as an example. Similarly, according to the three-step process, the first step is to multiply the proposed rounded value by 2. 514.25 times 2 equals 1028.50. The second step is to round 1028.50 to what digit? Since 5 can be regarded as a 0.5 units of 10, we round 1028.50 to the 10th digit, that is 1030. In the third step, 1030 divided by 2 equals 515, and so on for subsequent data. Now let's look at the rounding interval of 0.2. What should the mantissa of the rounding value be? According to the integral multiple of 0.2, 0.2 multiplied by 0 equals 0.0. 0.2 multiplied by 1 equals 0.2. And 0.2 multiplied by 2 equals 0.4. The rounding value is either 0.0 or 0.2 or 0.4, all of which are decimal points plus even numbers. So, what is the rounding method? There are also 3 steps. The first step is to multiply the proposed rounding value by 5. The second step is to round off 5 times according to the specified rounding interval. And the third step is to divide the obtained value by 5 again. Let's take 830 as an example. The rounding interval is 20. We have learned the rounding interval of 0.2 before. So, the rounding interval 20 can be regarded as 0.2 of 100. Then, we can take 3 steps according to the previous 0.2 rounding interval method. The first step is 830 times 5 equals 4,150. The second step is to round 4,150 to what digit? Since the rounding interval of 20 is regarded as 0.2 units of 100, 4,150 should be rounded to the 100th place, that is, 4,200. The third step is to divide 4,200 by 5 equals 840. The following data and so on. Please calculate by yourself. Okay, everyone. Today, we have learned the special rounding interval of 0.5 units and 0.2 units. They both have 3 steps. When we use the unit of 0.5 to round off, the value should be multiplied by 2, then rounded to the specified digit and divided by 2. When we use the unit of 0.2 to round off, the value is multiplied by 5, rounded to the specified digit, and divided by 5. The difficulty lies in the second step. That is, what is the specified digit of rounding? Please think carefully. If the rounding interval is 0.5, that is 0.5 of the unit's digit, it should be rounded to the unit's digit. If the rounding interval is 5, that is 0.5 of the tens digit, it should be rounded to the tens digit, and so on. That's all for today. Thank you.